9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, welcome. It is Jemiah. I am Jemiah's World, and you are here in my universe. We are here with our first booktube video. I am so hyped and so excited to get you guys my first video. I am Jemiah's World, and I will be covering all book content, all cozy vibes, and just mainly any genre and whatever that I want to read. Period. We're gonna get into a massive book haul. And when I mean massive, I mean massive. These are books I have accumulated over a couple of months, and it is the ending of the year, and we're about to get you guys all the books I have contorted and put together. First and foremost, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Make sure you like this video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell for the notifications. All things Jemiah's World, and let's do it. The first book is Disorientation by Elaine Hsieh Cho. This is a book that's supposed to be about some students and how they're supposed to be trying to rewrite history and who's choosing to write history for us. And I feel like it's literary fiction. I have not gotten to that genre yet. I am excited to read this. The cover is giving me like disoriented, which is like my brain with 1,000 tabs, and I cannot wait to get into this one. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I had to add it to the collection. The next book out of this massive haul, we have A Love Song by Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. I have not gotten to any of her books late, but I will definitely be getting into this one. I am not a huge romance reader, but I am trying to do my best. Bear with me. This is a book. It's supposed to be back in like the Harlem Renaissance vibe. The cover is gorgeous, and we'll see what happens. The Final Strife by Sarah L. Arifi. I have no idea what this book is about. I have not read anything by Sarah L. Arifi, but this cover is so fire. I'm like, if I don't read this, who am I? I am excited to get into this one. It's a series. I'm not sure how many books is in it, but you're gonna start getting the gist of I buy books based off of the cover. This is a book I got from like a local indie bookstore. It is called Sex and Vanity by Kevin Quain. This cover was such a vibe to me. Like, it's like a hot tub at the top of like a roof. And it was Good Morning America's book club pick. Don't go off of books based off of Good Morning America, but I just wanted to highlight that because the button's there. So yeah, the cover is what got me. It says #1 New York Times bestseller, author of Crazy Rich Asians. I don't know. I haven't read that either, but I am hyped just based off the cover alone. And I am trying to continue on with this thing where I just go into books blind. So we're going to not even like get into it. We're just going to go into it blind. This is a book I got a while ago from Target. It is called The Summer Pact by Emily Griffin. I read a little bit of the premise, and it's about like a couple friends that travel and they meet people and they just find rediscovery and find new friendship and new love and just try to figure out their identity in some sort of way like that. Don't quote me, but I was like, oh, I'm interested in this. People coming from college, people coming from here, overseas. Like, I'm interested in that thing and just finding that rediscovery. And I got a feeling I'm gonna enjoy this book, so I had to add that one. A Novel Obsession by Caitlin Barash. This book is supposed to be about a woman who is obsessed with another person, and she's trying to remake a book that person wrote or some sort. I don't know. It sounded kind of twisted, unhinged. I'm really into the unhingedness of women in stories, and yeah. This one was like, it's coming to the shelf. If you know me, this next author is one of my favorite authors, and you will get to know me and understand that I am a specific type of reader that you can connect to me in a sort of way that will stick. We have Penance by Kanae Minato. I have read the first book in her writing journey, honestly. Like, the first book was Confessions, and if you know, you don't. We're going to get into it so you can feel it. Penance, I am not sure what this book is about, but just based on the cover alone, it's gonna gonna be some stuff. And am I in for it? It's not that long. I'm in for it. This is a book I got off a book outlet a while ago. It's called The Mary Shelley Club by Goldie Moldavsky. This is a YA novel, and a couple YA novels really get me and really make me want to purchase. And this is one of them. It's supposed to be about kids at a private school. It's supposed to be some type of sketchy society that they built. The next book we have is Stephen King, Billy Summers. This is supposed to be about a hired contract unaliver. I am excited. I have never read a Stephen King book, but he is the writing literary thriller / horror baddie. So I will eventually get into Stephen King. This one stood out to me the most. So we'll see what happens. I just like what I like. If it sounds cool, we're gonna grab it. The Watchers by A.M. Shine. This book is about, I don't remember, but one thing about it, when I read the premise when I was at Barnes and Noble, it intrigued me. And there is now a major motion picture. So if you know me and you're getting to know me, you gonna know I'm going to read the book first, because I have been in that space. If you've been in that space where you watch the movie then read the book, I feel like the book does it every time. Gonna read the book first and watch the motion picture. This is one that got me just based on how they look in there. They just look like it's something about to happen. And am I excited and scared? Because I am not a big person on horror. Yeah. I don't know. The next book I have is The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. This book is supposed to be gut-wrenching, heartbreaking. I don't know what I'm going to do after I read this. It's supposed to be a movie coming out, and I want to get to the book before the movie comes out, but I know it's going to crush my heart. But am I still going to read it? Yeah. This is a book that I want to read now. It's one of those ones. We have Luster by Raven Leilani. This is supposed to be a book about a black girl who is on the internet and finds this couple that is interested in her, and they are married. And she's supposed to be jumping into the party. Honey. Yeah, this might go on the December. Absolutely. It's not the hopeful. Because this sounds crazy. And it's really not, I feel like I'll eat this up. Barry is such a goat in this game. Really conscious and really just writing about really conscious and really heart-wrenching, unhinged characters, stories. She is one that is going to open your mind and get right in a neuron in there and make you want to research and figure out, like, is this even real, bro? Like, it's gonna feel so heartbreaking, or like it's gonna make you want to keep others in mind. I am obsessed with Lucinda Berry. I will definitely be reading this book. Like, I've read Saving Noah. You're going to hear about my freaking deep dive on that. And it's just really hard to digest. The Best of Friends. Like, it's just really hard to digest, but it's very necessary. Like, she is the definite necessary author in the space. It's a book that was over book, and it's supposed to be dark academia, spice. The thing about this book is the writing in this book is freaking huge. But one thing about this book is the writing in the pages. Like, it looks like they typed it on a computer, and I just love that look. I'm glad I purchased it, because this is a book I do not want to read on my Kindle. It just feels good to hold. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I had to get it. Is a yes, a no. We have a book series that is a yes, a no, I don't like it, I do. There's controversy on the author because she wrote about black characters. But the thing about me, and when you get to know me as we go on in this universe, is if it's good, I'm going to talk about that and like it. Yeah, we have the Wendy series. If I am saying that correct, if I'm not, we have the books. We have Mile High by Liz Tomford. We have Caught Up by Liz Tomford. We have Right Now by Liz Tomford. And we have Play Along by Liz Tomford. We have all 4 books in the series. I think this series is going to continue, and just the covers alone sold me. Will I be starting them soon? I have no idea. But I have seen behind the scenes clips of how she curated these characters, and it's giving me a vibe. Ashes is supposed to be similar to, I have the first book in a series, it's called An Ember of Ashes. It's supposed to be similar to Hunger Games, which a lot of books in the sci-fi world are, but it's supposed to have a very interesting premise. The characters, I got recommended this book, and of course, in that recommendation fashion, I am going to purchase it. Am I gonna read this soon? I don't know, but I'm excited. The cover's so cute. Look at the sparkly right there. Like, it doesn't take that much to convince me when it comes to books. The spine, like, if it's battle scenes in here and the battle scenes are battling, I'm gonna be talking about this all of 2025. If I get to it in 2025. In the continuance of After the Twisted series, and I didn't realize that it was a part of the Twisted series. I only have Twisted Love on my shelf. Do I have the rest of the Twisted series? No. Have I started the Twisted series? No. But I have the continuation after the Twisted series. We have King of Wrath by Anna Huang. We have King of Greed by Anna Huang. And we have King of Sloth by Anna Huang. It's one more book I have to get. I don't know if I want to read the Twisted series on my Kindle or on physical or in physical or with physical, whatever. Like, not like it because of other people. I don't know. So many mixed emotions. I try to give it some time when it's a lot of mixed emotions because I don't want to get, like, psyched out or confused, and it can convince me to, like, not like it because of other people. So I try to give it some time and let it breathe. But I love these covers. They're so, like, classic, and you guys will know if I'm feeling these books because the covers, it's already giving me a 10 or 5-star, whatever. Girls by Simone St. James. This is supposed to be about a institution these girls are in, and something spooky is supposed to happen. This is the mass media market copy, and I don't really like mass media market because it gives me kind of like a cringy vibe, but I'll probably give this to somebody because I'm still gonna read it. I don't know when, but more than likely I'm gonna get the other version and probably give this to somebody because I just don't like how small this is. It's bugging me right now. Harper L. Woods. This is the second book in the series. I have no idea if I will even get the first one, but more than likely I will because these sprayed edges, honey. These sprayed edges. Bro, if something's purple, bro, like dead ass, like if something's purple and it has like an edge like that, like all around, I'm getting it. I don't even care if I don't read the book. It's just a vibe. Like, do I know what this is about? No. Is it a vibe just with the black and purple and the... Yeah, ridiculous. We have reasons for getting some of these books is ridiculous. Claire, this book is supposed to be about a girl who is gonna be someone's sugar baby. Like, I don't know. The title, Sugar Baby, just got me. And I'm just like, what is this supposed to be about? What's the real tea? And the cover is like, okay, maybe she got caught up in the... I don't know. We're gonna see, though. We're gonna find out. And I'm gonna definitely let y'all know if it's poop, if it's a W, if it's an L. I've been wanting to read. We have an author that I've been wanting to read all year. And I just haven't got the chance to get to it. Because you see all these books? You see me? I'm just confused on what to do next. We have S.A. Cosby, All the Sinners Bleed. This book is supposed to be very thought-provoking, unhinged, But I heard it was a banger, and I had to get it, and S.A. Cosby is one of those. We had to do it. Coming into The Gilded Ones by Namina Forda. This is the first book in the series. I have this one. It is a YA novel about to go into the freaking dungeon and fight. And then I am here for it, okay? In his style of writing. This is a book I got from the used bookstore. Again, it is called Fang by James Patterson. I am very aware of James Patterson and his style of writing. I did not expect James Patterson to write something like this. This is supposed to be about superheroes, YA, and I had no idea this was his bag as well. So I'm definitely going to get into this to see his style transitioning from all the criminal and like true crime fiction vibe to this type of area. The first book, Children, Blood and Bone. We have the second one now, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. We're going in combat. And if you look at this cover, we're going to win. She's supposed to be coming out with a film. Recently, some stuff just came out that she's got a deal and she's literally doing castings. So you guys go check out her Instagram. Go check out her TikTok. This is by Tomi Adeyemi. Make sure you guys lock in if you want to get into this film. It is big. This is going to be huge. And I am excited to get into the books before the film comes out. And the third book, Onyx Storm. These are both of the books I got from the book outlet sale recently. And the third book, Onyx Storm, is supposed to come out in January. I do not know when I'm going to read these. I want to get into them because a lot of books derive from Fourth Wing. And I want to see what the fuss is about. So we're going to get into these. I just don't know when. I'm going to annotate. I'm going to give y'all the real. And we're going to talk because I'm left in. One who is fighting back against the system and society of this man's world. We have Animal by Lisa Taddeo. Just the cover alone is giving me something that's like, she's not taking no from nobody. And yeah, trending all over Book Talk for a while. We have Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. This is a book that has been trending all over Book Talk for a while. I decided to purchase it to support the author and to see if it's gonna be a banger. We gotta get the bangers. And it is supposed to be a fantasy. I am excited. I think it's a fantasy romantasy, and I am getting really deep into the fantasy romantasy. So once I dive into this, you guys will know all the time. And then when I found out it derived from a book, bro, duh, we're gonna read the book. I don't care if I've seen this series 30 times, we're gonna read the book still. Sarah Shepard. Pretty Little Liars, book 1 and 2 by Sarah Shepard. Sarah Shepard, come to the front. Sit in the chair. We're gonna talk, bro, when I get into this. Like, this is crazy. This is 2 books in one. Did I know this came from a book? Heck no. Am I excited? Because I feel like the characters in the book and in the show are gonna be like different, but one and the same. I'm gonna have to push this up on the TBR. And to Karen Slaughter, I have a couple books on her on my shelf. I'm excited to get into her discography. Like, I heard she's an incredible writer, incredible at character building, and I cannot wait to get into Pretty Girls. It's supposed to be very dark and very gruesome, but a really, really good read. So I don't know when I'm gonna read this. I'm nervous. These type of books literally put me in a space where I'll never forget. Like, it will change my brain chemistry. So I gotta give it some time before I get into this. I have Supermarket. This book is by, then we have Supermarket. This book is by Bobby Hall, aka Logic. It's supposed to be about a guy who works at a supermarket and the supermarket gets robbed and he has to figure out what to do next. Yeah, this seems like a pretty quick read. I enjoyed the premise and how it sounded. And just coming from like an artist perspective, I did not know Logic, aka his real name, Bobby Hall, wrote a novel. I'm excited to get into this one. That inside the book is going to have all the context of what this blank page and canvas has on the front. This bookstore, again, this is something that... The next book I have is Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. I found this at the used bookstore. Again, this is something that I wasn't 100% sure what it was, but just the cover got me alone. I got both books while I was studying for my LSAT. It is the Harry Potter series. I got the first one, which is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and the second one, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I'm a big chunk complete with the first one, and I definitely will be reading the second one as well. I'm going to get into both of these and finish these out in December for sure. Very easy, quick read. Very, very like interesting and opens up your imagination. I'm really, really enjoying them. And like, it's a story that you won't ever be able to get out of your mind because it's so like hooking and just very fun. Shakarab. I have The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi by that wrong, dude. Like, I tried. And like just knowing what that means. And this book is just, it's supposed to be about pirates and like on a ship. I've never read anything like that before. More into different type of stories. This is a book that I need to read before the year's over. And it's so many of those. Like, I'm literally going to be in a box, like just reading and confused on what to read next. We have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is supposed to be about someone who is over life and tired of working, tired of the routine, is not getting enough and nothing is enough and they're just over it and ready to end it. Then they come into another dimension and travel through these doors. It is very similar to Dark Matter, and yeah, I need to read this before the year is over because I feel like it's gonna like unlock something to start off this new chapter. The Last Party by A.R. Torre. This is supposed to be an unhinged mystery madness. I need to read this, but I feel like it's gonna put me in a reading slump. We're not going to manifest or project that energy. We're going to just get into the book when we can. And this one might be coming up sooner than you think. Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I have not read any novels by Riley Sager yet, but I know he writes his characters very controversially and interesting. I just want to get into the book and see what's going to happen. I am not sure what this one's about, but looks like they're going to have to survive a night. This is my homegirl, my book bestie. There is no wrong she can do sometimes. And when she do, we talk about it and get through it. I have The X by Frida McFadden. This is supposed to be really unhinged and really crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited. Yeah. I have Blood Scion by Deborah Fillet. This cover alone is beautiful and just phenomenal. And it's supposed to be about a woman going into war. It looks like it's going to be about rediscovery. And girl, this is a banger already. Like, you can't even tell me it's not going to be a 5-star. Just based off the cover. I'm The Girl by Courtney Summers. And it looks like it's going to be about some internet stuff and trying to figure out exactly who she is. This intrigued me in some type of way. The cover is nice, it's pretty, but I feel like it intrigued me off of the premise, and I'm not 100% sure what it said because I can't remember, because, you know. But we're still going to find out and see what's going to happen inside of those pages. Sugar. This is by Mia Ballard, and this is supposed to be about an unhinged woman main character, honey. Look at the cover. That is yes. I'm excited to get into this. I'm adding this to my December hopefuls. It's about to be a long, heavy stack, but we gonna do it. This is a book one of my book besties on Book Talk convinced me to buy, and yeah, I read the premise. It's a fantasy romantasy, and I'm getting into my fantasy romantasy bag. We have A Touch of Golden Madness by K.L. DeVore. This is a thickie. Is it floppy? A little bit. We got a little floppy, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is one that's gonna take me on a journey. And I love the books that take me on a journey because it gives me like a new space to unlock and jump into. This is a book that was so poppin' at one point, bro. You couldn't even buy it. On TikTok Shop, it was sold out. And it said like December and January. On Amazon, it was sold out and said December and January. On freaking eBay, it was like $70. Like, I was checking every day. Like, I was like, okay, let me check tomorrow. Let me see if they pop it up again on Amazon, whatever. We have Quicksilver by Callie Hart. She was an indie author who started off her journey on Book Talk. Now she is traditionally published, and this book is going to be in every store in 2025. And you have seen it here first. I got the original cover. This is supposed to be about a morally gray man, and it's supposed to be a fantasy romantasy, and it's just giving me a vibe. I don't know when I'm gonna get into this. I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. But we love cover art in books, okay? We love when it's like stuff on the chapters. We love that. This is One of the Good Guys by Armina Hall. This is supposed to be about a guy who wants to change the narrative of men and how women see them. But then he starts getting nuts. And if you do stuff that's nuts, so it's gonna make women think you're nuts outside of you trying to change the narrative and everything. You're just crazy. It's supposed to be very unhinged, and it's supposed to be a thriller. I don't know how it's gonna go. It's been mixed feelings. I'm gonna just go off of me, how I feel about the book. Girl, period. Not sure when I'm gonna get into this, but the premise really had me and was like, yeah, this is coming on my show. We have The Perfect Ruin by Shanora Williams. Unhinged, Black author, thriller. I am not sure what's gonna happen. I am definitely gonna get into it. I heard she is an author who writes fast paced, and we'll see what happens. The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is supposed to be a Carrie retelling, but so much better and unhinged, bro. Like, Tiffany D. Jackson is an author, has been on my radar. I finally got one of her books, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited for that. This is a book that I purchased just reading in Barnes and checking them out one day. It is called Long Island Compromise by Taffy Brodesser Ackner. This is supposed to be about a family where the dad is in some debt and some issues. They come to the house, and in the driveway, they freaking blow his head off. And now all the characters, all the kids are in this thing, and they're trying to figure out how to redefine and rediscover themselves outside of their dad. It's supposed to be about a Jewish family, coming of age, literary fiction, and we tabbing it. We gonna get into it. We gonna have some dialogue because it's very, very interesting and crazy. The Trap by Catherine Ryan Howard. Bruh, this cover is a vibe. I'm not even sure what this is about, but I keep hearing about it, and I keep hearing that this is gonna be a banger. So I had to get it, and I had to get it in hardcover because this cover is just lit. Watching You by Lisa Jules. This Lisa Jules is supposed to be an author who is in the thriller space, and she writes very, very good character building and just plots. Watching You is giving me a creepy, like, weird I don't know. But we're going to eventually. Yeah. House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. This is a book that I got in Book of the Month a couple months ago, and it intrigued me, and I'm not sure what it's about, but I got a feeling something gonna be going on with her. What's she do? Ever King by L.J. Andrews. This is supposed to be a fantasy romantasy or a dark fantasy romantasy. I am excited. This cover is so beautiful in hardcover, and we're gonna have to push this one up because I keep hearing phenomenal things about it. The special edition cover, bro, bomb. We have Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is a book that has no dialogue and just all narration. It is a Hulu series as well. So if you are getting to know me, you know. Again, I am going to read the book first, then watch the series or the film. This is a series, and we're going to do that as well. We have one of my favorite of all time TV show series. We have Dexter. This is the first book in the series. I did not know, again, it came from a book. Shout out to Jeff Lindsay, who created this unhinged, thought-provoking, society-caring character in a very nutso way. We're reading the books. We watched the series already. We're reading the books to get a deeper dive into that Dexter mind. Take My Hand. This book is by Dolan Perkins Valdez. This is supposed to be about a lot of very intense and very heart-wrenching and just brutal things that happened in the early 60s with Black women, and I already got a feeling I'm gonna be angry, I'm gonna be in tears, and I'm gonna be in shambles after this. We have the second book in the TJ Newman series. This is Drowning. I have Falling on my shelf. I have not got into these. I know Drowning is supposed to be about a plane that literally lands in the ocean. I will make sure I read this when I'm not going anywhere, because I'm not, no. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weiner. This is the paperback version. I have the hardcover on my shelf. I already know this is about to be one of my favorite sci-fi novels. I got the paperback to annotate and really deep indulge so I can give you guys a very thought-provoking and necessary review. I need to read this before the new year. Will I? That is to be determined. We have Boys of the Valley. This book is by Philip Francasi. This is supposed to be about another gut-wrenching, heart-pounding / pulling. This is supposed to be about something that is just based on survival and things that are not spoken about, and when they are, it's very hard to have dialogue about them. This is supposed to be a horror, and I'm nervous, excited, and I got a feeling I'm gonna be heartbroken. Annie Bot. This is by Sierra Greer. This is supposed to be about a robot a man purchases, and he transforms into something of his liking as far as what he sees and the person he wants to be with, and I think it's gonna backfire. This is supposed to be on and about the new development of AI as well. And this is not that long. I don't know. I got a feeling I'm about to be enlightened, bro, before 2025. Like, these books are, like, insane. I had to pick up The Teacher by Frida McFadden. This was my first ever Frida McFadden book. And I will definitely be rereading this, annotating this, and doing a deep analysis, because one thing about it, this book had me hooked. I know it's controversial. Hear me out. It is very controversial. It's an age gap. There's no triggers listed at all. People have felt some type of way about this book since it came out. But I have to deep dive and really get to the root of where all these turns happen, especially the ending with the epilogue, bro. Like, we gotta get into that. This is a book I seen at Barnes, and I just thought it was interesting, and I have never seen it anywhere that I've been, as far as book talk, as far as in the store, like trending, nothing. We have The Whisper Room. This is by Thomas Kais, and this book is gonna be a banger, bro. And I feel like this is one of the ones that I'm about to drop a gem with, so I'm not gonna give you the tea yet until I read it. We have a book by Charlie Donnelly, Those Empty Eyes. I have not read any of Charlie Donnelly's books. I am excited. This one is kind of a big one, but I can't wait to get into his writing. I've heard his writing is very good, very step by step, and tie it in and transform it together and very smoothly. So I'm excited for that as well. Anywhere You Run by Wanda M. Morrison. This is about a couple of girls that are running from something, and it's supposed to end out in a very brutal and bad way. I am, again, going into a lot of gut-wrenching, heartbreaking books. Am I going to be reading this? Yes. Do I like stuff that transforms my brain chemistry? Yes. And the last 5 books I have, we have Beneath Devil's Bridge by Loreth Ann White. I don't remember who convinced me to get this. I got a feeling it was somebody on Book Talk, but I am convinced. The Return by Rachel Harrison. Rachel Harrison has a really big catalog, and I definitely want to get through all her books. There's different emotions on which books to get through, but I know this one is one that is going to be a 5-star. Jack Ketchum, The Girl Next Door. This is supposed to be based on a true story, and it is supposed to be really, really very sick and terrifying and very just horrible. Y'all just gonna have to, comment and just send prayers and like send well wishes, because there's a lot of books in there that are gonna really have me just so sobbing. Like, sheesh. The next book we have is The Dare by Natasha Preston. This is a book that is a YA. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I know it's pretty quick. Her writing is pretty easy to get through and very big writing. So it's not going to be something I'm going to be like so hung up on. I like the premise. It's YA, so I'm not sure how deep and how complex it's going to go. But we'll see what happens. And finally, Drop Mic. The last book in this massive book haul we have is The Wife Before by Shanora Williams. This is a book in a series she has. I have to get the second one, Unhinged, Women in Novels. We're getting into it. We have reached the conclusion of the massive book haul. Make sure, again, you guys comment below if you have read any of these stories. Give me some gems or some recommendations on which ones to start first on the TBR for the new year that is coming very, very soon. Again, make sure you guys like this video. Comment below how you feel about the books, how we doing. If you in the universe, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and hit that bell for the notifications. We're giving you guys all the good vibes and good books. Thank you.